You know, I've been thinking about that recently, like the meme of like everyone hates the French.
Yeah.
But like, they are our oldest ally.
Yeah,
like the French are the bros.
I'm Nova.
I'm Jack.
And this is
Two Shmucks and a Buncha Yucks.
Yeah. What's up, Jack? What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much.
You're tired.
I'm sleepy.
He's a sleepy boy.
I'm a sleepy boy. And for no particular reason.
Just cause.
Yeah, I actually slept better last night, I think.
The strenuous daily life of humans.
Yeah.
Will definitely do that to you.
I was going to say something way more self-deprecating.
Yeah, it's all right, Jack. We're not going to go there.
Okay.
I mean, it is funny, but
I've been making good food recently too. Like I've been eating
hell
crap.
Hell yeah, bro.
I mean, we have so much ground beef. I'm really
gotta
big on
use that
tacos
crap
right
out,
now.
though. I love tacos.
Dude, made some tacos for breakfast.
Got to use that shiz up, bro.
Oh, I finally went and got. I haven't had it in years, but there's this taco sauce. It's called like La Victoria or something like that. Something like that.
It's a great one.
And their green taco sauce is so good.
I have a crazy affinity for green taco sauce over red taco sauce.
Yeah, salsa verde, green taco
Verde
sauce.
for sure.
My God.
Hit me with the verde. Oh yeah, I'm all about it.
If I can get enchiladas with green taco sauce on it,
that's the way to go.
Yep.
You know, I'm totally down for that.
Dude, it's
I'm a
so
big
good.
salsa verde too in general.
Man.
Although I'm never gonna be mad at like a good pico de gallo. So.
Oh, dude, pico's so good too.
You know, they just know how to make food, dude. They just know how to make food.
They do.
It's just
they do.
You know, like I said, if there's any two cultural cuisines I could pick to eat for the rest of my life, it would probably be Mexican and Italian.
Yeah. I think I would go.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, background noise, guys.
Yeah, I would think I would go Mexican and Japanese.
Specifically Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Like if I could go broader, I would say Asian. Just like Asian food
that's
in general.
cheating.
Yeah. But
there's so much cultural.
Yeah. But
Chinese,
I would specifically
Japanese,
I would go
Korean, you got Thai,
I would go because I feel like Japanese is a little encompassing because you've got Japanese curry, you've got sushi,
ramen.
You've got what else is there? I was thinking of.
There's lots of stuff. It's just
you got katsu.
Katsu. So good.
Love katsu.
You're making me semi want to take it back, but I just don't know if I could give up Italian food, to be honest with you. Although that is super heavy.
Yeah. Really, if you want the most versatile kind of thing.
Versatile.
Yeah, sorry.
Diversified.
You would go French.
Ugh. No.
French food?
I refuse.
Okay.
Not that it's not good, but it's just because it's French.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No offense to anyone who's French. I mean, a little bit of offense, but
just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
You know, I've been thinking about that recently, like the meme of like everyone hates the French. Blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
Blah, blah. But like, they are our oldest ally.
Yeah.
Like the
British.
The French are the bros.
Okay.
They were the bros.
Let's not go too far.
The French were the bros.
That's I mean, you're not technically wrong because they supported us in the war for independence, us as Americans specifically, over the British Empire at the time. And yeah, man, I guess I totally get what you're saying, but you know, no, technically they are the oldest allies. I don't know.
Yeah,
dude,
they were the bros.
We also talked to the Spanish a little bit, I guess. I don't know, you know. But then we also went to war with Spain over Cuba, so you know, and then Mexico and us. We've also been to war with Mexico, so which was a Spanish colony for a long time. So
Yep.
You know, things. Yeah, France. Did we actually ever go to war with France? I guess technically. Not when we were in America, when we were still the 13 colonies, because of the 7 Years' War. Not 7 Years' War. The
I'm trying to think.
French-Indian War.
It's
because the British fought the French in a war in America, and we were still the colonies at that point.
Oh, okay. So that
I can't. It might have been this. It wasn't the 7 Years' War because that was a little. It could have been though. I don't know. But it was in that area, in that time frame, probably the 1700s, and then French Revolution, and then American Independence.
Actually,
French
first.
Revolution is after the American. You're right.
They were inspired by our revolution.
Yeah, they did it wrong though. A lot of beheadings. All right, Robespierre, chill, dog. Robespierre, Danton.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
And then Napoleon.
The Empire.
We did buy Louisiana from Napoleon.
We did.
We bought that whole swath right there.
I think it's if I'm remembering correctly, it is the best deal on land that has ever happened.
Yeah, because we bought it for at the time it was very
like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was
Well, Napoleon was trying to fund a war.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't need that crap. So here you go, America.
Yeah.
Don't come fight me. Not that we really had the power at that point.
No, I think we were still pretty isolationist at that
and we
point.
were still we were still building up.
We were a young nation.
That was before we even we didn't even get to the West Coast by that point.
I don't think so. No, we couldn't have.
No.
Because Louisiana was the place Louisiana, we just found.
Lewis and Clark.
Louisiana.
Turning into a random history podcast. But I like it.
Yeah, me too.
It's an interesting. I love reading that. I used to read just the history books during class, and then out of class too. Not that public school history books are.
I wouldn't read
great.
I wouldn't read the textbooks, but I would read books about history.
I did both. Nerd. I also love to watch documentaries and that stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, I was a documentary kid, History Channel kid. Before
it
it was
reality TV,
before it became Ancient Aliens and reality TV and all that stuff. What it was like,
Vikings was cool, but there was an actual show. That's not history. That's an actual fictional show.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to watch 15 hours of World War II documentaries? I was 11. I was like, yeah, absolutely, yes, I do.
Absolutely, yeah. World War II is an incredibly fascinating time period too.
Dude, that was my
geopolitically.
That was my fixation when I was a kid. I was
all sorts of geopolitics,
all about World War II, mostly because of
it's encompassing the entirety of the world. It literally was a world war.
Yeah,
World War I did not actually go all over, but in World War II, because World War I is very focused. on...
Yes, because I could be wrong, but if I'm remembering correctly, the Japanese did bomb California one time. I think. I don't think anything came of it.
Don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that...
I don't think they ever got that far.
I remember hearing something about a Japanese plane making its way to California. Maybe it was just being spotted.
It might have been a random one, but I don't think they ever got past Hawaii. They did Pearl Harbor and then they bounced out.
Yeah.
I don't think
you're
ever
probably
got that
right.
far. I feel like that would have been a lot more of a prominent...
I have to fact check myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a good call, but maybe a Japanese random, that'd be wild. It would have to have been because you didn't have that long of fuel tanks at that time, or that big of fuel tanks, and it would have been a fight. A bomber would take. A bomber probably has a bigger fuel tank, obviously, than a fighter, but I feel like a bomber. Yeah, you were right, huh?
I was wrong about the type, but I was correct about there was an attack. Japanese submarines attacked California in World War II.
That makes way more sense.
Yep,
that makes way more sense. Submarine.
The shelling of the Elwood oil field near Santa Barbara in February 1942.
Well, we have been at war for a couple of years because Pearl Harbor was 1940.
Yep.
So that makes sense.
But
then we pushed them back.
But my original point was it spanned from California all the way the long way around, the west way around.
Yeah.
To France.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then you have the African campaigns.
Yep.
You have a lot of the campaigns in India, in Bangladesh, and yeah,
Italy.
Italy and into the north. Italy went down, and I was watching a show, and then Mussolini is I need a win, so he went and took over Ethiopia.
I need a real quick dub to boost my morale.
Yo, these guys got sticks. This is an easy dub. I got a tank.
That's crazy.
I'm okay, dude. Is that really a good dub though? No. All right, Benito. Like the literal lose. They're just the stupidest, like weakest. If you were ranking factions, if you were tier listing World War II, like military factions, Italy would be at the bottom.
Yeah, dude.
In terms of the major.
So
powers.
bad they switched sides.
So bad they were forced to quit early, and Hitler's like, no.
No.
Hitler went down, sent troops down south because he knew Mussolini was going to lose.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating, and the rise of an absolute psychopath.
So many, like,
a lot of nuance,
worth knowing names.
Yeah, I mean, all the
there's a
FDR,
couple that
Hitler,
there's a couple people that I've forgotten, but like even like Eisenhower and Patton,
yeah,
Churchill,
yeah, Winston,
yeah,
boy,
not even for. And then there's the naval campaigns, like Chester. I could be completely wrong. Chester Nimitz, friggin' JFK.
Yeah.
Do you know about his story for World War II?
I remember a little bit, but not a lot. But he wasn't like a. Was he a soldier?
He was in the Navy. He was a PT boat captain, and I'm very much abridging this. His PT boat got sunk somehow, and he dragged the surviving men to a deserted island, or maybe not deserted island. There may have been natives on the island, but
some sort of island.
Nursed back to health and was rescued.
Pretty cool.
Chad.
Very Chad. Very. There's so many fascinating stories you could talk about.
Like you would never think like JFK, World War II hero.
Yeah, there's so many.
There's so many people.
And not even to mention, there's a very famous movie, Lawrence of Arabia, that is about a World War II campaign.
I think that's World War One.
Lawrence of Arabia, was that World War One?
Yep.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Maybe you might be right.
It's a little stupid the way I know, but the way I know is because the song about Lawrence of Arabia is
Lawrence
on.
Of the Arabia.
Sorry, Lawrence Lawrence of the Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia. The Sabaton song is on their Great War.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You were correct. I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking that. Well, I mean, it's in the same area. Rommel.
Yeah, Erwin Rommel, famously opposed to Hitler.
Yeah, and then he said whatever.
And he's like, I'm going to go to Africa. Bye. Leave me alone. I'm going to do Africa stuff.
Win a bunch.
In Africa. Yes, he did. Dude, I just remember there's a World War II movie I want to watch so bad now.
Yeah.
It takes place in Africa. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. I think it might be Patton.
You know what? Yeah.
It might be Patton.
Wasn't Patton... Oh, I don't know. He was... I always... For a second, thought Patton was more involved in the Japanese campaign, but no, he was involved in European African campaigns.
Yes.
Because Patton was one of the guys that helped in the Battle of the Bulge.
I believe so, yes.
So
also, after they invaded in France, he outran his supply lines.
Yeah.
He advanced so far, was so successful that he outran his supply lines.
I mean, very famous general.
You know how he died?
How did he die?
Car crash.
Ugh.
There's a conspiracy about his death, too.
Oh.
I don't know the ins and outs of it. It's basically he was such a big proponent of we need to go to war with Russia right now.
Yeah, right after.
Right after. We need to just kick the Ruskies out of Germany and stuff.
Big Red Scare, man.
Yeah, dude. I think he more foresaw just like, crap, Russia is, or the USSR is enormous now. Yeah, and they have a bigger military than everyone.
That entirety of that Eastern Europe.
Yeah, and they have a bigger military than the rest of us.
Yeah, pure landmass soldier-wise, too, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Here's another fun fact about World War II.
Butts kicked early in World War II, though.
Yes, they did. They were getting, and then winter came.
Yeah. Their greatest ally.
Their greatest ally, snow.
Napoleon and Hitler both got it. By the snow.
Just a note for you aspiring world dominators out there. Please start your invasion in the winter.
So
you gain some traction.
Just going to roll this.
Then spring comes around, and then you've got three.
Just going to roll this through. I feel like technology has gotten better. Just going to roll this through. Just don't. Just maybe not, Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
here's another fun story about World War II, though.
Yeah.
Did you know that German soldiers and American soldiers fought together in the last days of the war against the SS?
Yeah, because German soldiers were like, we're tired of this crap.
Yes. So
And
Germany had formally surrendered, I believe.
And the SS said no.
And the SS were holding some French dignitaries or politicians in this castle. And so I don't think it's the Wehrmacht, because I think that I can't remember whatever Germany's like standard like standing army was called.
Well, the Wehrmacht was like the
Air Force.
No, stuff. That's the Luftwaffe.
That's the
Wehrmacht
Luftwaffe.
was
You're
the
right.
armored divisions.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the normal
you could say
infantry,
it's a combined division.
the new, or not the new. Sorry, my brain's a little scrambled. The normal dudes, infantry guys,
the
non-SS, and the Americans, and I think some French, got together to go rescue these dudes from the SS in this
the
castle.
French probably would want to rescue their own dignitaries.
Yeah, probably.
You would assume so.
You would assume so. But yeah.
No, I have to watch it again, and because I have Max, but I really need to watch Band of Brothers. I love that.
Dude, okay, I was going to say, so Call of Duty 2 and Band of Brothers are the reason I loved World War II so much as a kid.
Band of
that's
Brothers
what got me
for
into it.
Call of Duty is like super romanticized in a way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it was.
And and Band of Brothers is kind of romanticized too, to be honest with you, but because that people, when you're younger, you don't necessarily realize how messed up a lot of that stuff was.
Yeah, you're just like, as a kid, you're just seeing the heroes.
Yeah, you don't understand what it did to people, what it did to the world.
Yep.
Nasty, dog. There was some screwed up crap, not to mention like the Holocaust, but
yeah.
On top of that,
yeah.
It was just, I mean, the Japanese atrocities over in China were insane.
In Korea.
And Korea, yeah, and just Asia in general.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like when what was that? It was like there's like a bridge in China that there's like a Marco Polo bridge incident or whatever. I think that's what it's called. And there's like the Japanese framed the Chinese, so they had a better reason to go like blow a lot of people.
Wow.
Out. Yeah. Now we love the Japanese now. Sugoi desu. But
so that's
fucking. Oh no!
That's like
Enthusiasm.
That's the only scene from Curb Your Enthusiasm that I actually know, and I love it so much. It's just a bunch of dudes sitting around in a New York, a New York like sushi place, and they're just all like "so desu ka," just over and over again.
Super good.
So desu ka.
Yeah, but it's very fascinating. A lot of that stuff, especially. I never really read into a lot of the Japanese campaign. I mean, we're island hopping to fight them back, right?
Yep.
But man, the Japanese took a lot of stuff early on in the war.
Yes, very early.
They had a lot of control of Asia.
Mm-hmm. And all of the Pacific.
Yeah,
except for Hawaii.
Yeah, pretty much. Insane. Yep. I mean, you're not going to put a bunch of military bases on random Pacific islands if you're the U.S. at that point because you don't think Japan's going to be a threat.
Now we do,
and
because
Japan was a threat.
Now we're like, oh, China.
Yeah, now it's a better deterrent against China, although that's an interesting one.
It's like Guam and Okinawa.
It's really funny that we were on...
Or not Okinawa. Oh, we have a base on Okinawa.
It's funny that we were on the Chinese side during World War II, and now where it's like, no,
it's
we
completely
like the
flipped.
Japanese. Yeah.
Yep.
We love the Japanese and we love the South Koreans.
Yep.
Not the northern ones. And the Vietnamese at first. Or not really, and now we're okay with them.
Yep. Yeah.
Vietnam War was a wild one, too.
Yeah. So was Korea.
All of them. Well, Korea was wild, but like in the sense that you really can't declare like a winner or a loser.
Have you ever watched? Yeah, it's true. I mean, technically, the Korean War is still going on.
Yeah, there's just the 38th parallel just sitting there.
It's the non.
If you ask me, the South Koreans are a little bit better off, but.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you can look at Google Earth.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah, but that's just due to regime.
That's due to regime.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the Chinese allow their people to have internet. Why can't North Koreans?
Control.
Yeah, it's really weird though.
It's just
Chinese
control.
Are like totally. I mean, there's obviously a lot of restrictions on it, but you're allowed to use it.
Yeah. I think it's just a difference of
cultural difference. Probably.
I think it's just who's in charge is different.
Yeah,
I think
Jinping's probably a lot better.
If Kim
Jong's.
Yeah, is just my uninformed opinion, but I think Xi Jinping. Sorry, my brain.
Xi Jinping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
it's a wild name. Xi Jinping.
Yeah,
Xi Jinping.
I think that he believes I think he both wants power and thinks he's doing what's best for his people. I think Kim Jong-un is just as power hungry.
Yeah. 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 I mean, he was also raised by a maniacal.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the product of his upbringing too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, whereas in China is a lot more prosperous. By
Yes.
Massive margin.
And China has let the West in a little bit.
To certain, they have taken things from Western
Yeah.
society that is to their liking. They will not fully subscribe to it like the Japanese kind of have. Not all the way, obviously, but
I mean, yeah.
the Japanese are more than willing to. Work
Japan
with
still
Western.
has its own culture, but they've basically become a capitalist kind of basis.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting culture that I would love to go visit.
Oh, me too, dude. Me
it's
too.
really wild that they were like our worst enemy in World War II, and now they're like one of our best allies.
Literally one of our best allies. Yep.
Yeah, and you know Americans love anime now, so
Yeah.
you know
They've got a good culture now. They've always had a pretty good culture. Yeah.
Culture.
How
is
they've
culture.
applied it.
Yeah.
Is,
Culture is culture.
how
Culture
you
is
apply
good.
your culture can be where some problems
Culture
arise.
is generally good.
Yeah.
It's just how people interpret it.
Yeah. I agree.
Because other stuff. We don't have to get into that.
Bad. We'll put it at bad players take advantage of things.
Yes, and make the rest of the culture look bad.
Yes.
Like a lot of things in the Middle East.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
It happens everywhere where you have a small group of people
that make
something look worse than it actually is. Yeah. It happens in everywhere and everything.
And then you get a generalization from people that don't actually read or look into it.
Yeah, you have ignorant people who just are like, "Oh, this is the way it is."
Oh, I met one bad person from that culture, so therefore everyone in that culture is bad.
Yeah.
Or there's a small sect. Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the unfortunate problem nowadays. And then you say, "Oh, we should travel more," and then you travel to certain spots, and it's like, okay, this is a little threatening.
Unfortunately, there are some places in the world that are just dangerous to go.
I don't think I would go to certain places.
I mean, like there's a specific part of, I don't know if it's technically Central America, but it's like right where Central America and South America meet.
Panama. Because the canal is like right on that
south of the canal, south of Panama. There's a stretch of jungle that is super, super dangerous just because it's like full of drug lords and like
if
that
I'm
kind of
being
stuff.
1000% honest with you, I don't necessarily know if I ever want to go to South America.
I'd like to go to Peru.
This is just me personally. Like, I have really no interest.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I have interest in there's certain spots in Europe I would love to go to. Japan, obviously. I'd love to go to the Philippines. That'd be really cool.
It would be cool.
I would go to China. I'd be wary of it, but I'd go to China.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they want to take you out as long as you followed the customs. I don't think
just be polite. Be a good tourist.
Buy my things.
Yeah,
I already do. South Korea for sure. My parents are going to South Korea later this year.
Cool.
Jealous. Obviously England, Italy, Germany, France.
Yeah.
Spain, Portugal, Greece. Oh, I'd love to go to Greece.
Greece would be awesome.
Turkey. I'd go to Turkey.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Dubai.
Yeah, going to Dubai would be pretty cool.
Dubai would be really cool. If it wasn't so contentious, I'd go to Russia.
Yeah, Russia's a little hot right now.
I would go to Sweden and Norway.
Yep. I really want to go to
There's all sorts of those Balkan and Baltic countries that like Serbia, Croatia, Estonia, Lithuania, Poland. I'd go to Poland.
Dude, I really want to go to Poland.
Did you know that it's not Czechoslovakia anymore?
It's just
Czechia.
Czechia.
No, it's Czechia. Yeah.
Yep.
And my dad and I keep arguing about it, and I'm like, "Oh, I've been there, Jake." I'm like, "You were there years ago."
You were there when it was Czechoslovakia.
It's now Czechia.
And it's not Czechoslovakia anymore.
Like,
that country doesn't exist anymore.
Czech Republic. I'm like, no, it is called
Czech
Czechia.
Republic also doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's long gone, dog.
They've been gone for a while.
So if you're listening to this, Dad, get wrecked.
I've found someone who agrees with me.
Yeah. We know the truth. It's not whether or not you agree with me, it's whether or not you're right. Croatia, Serbia, all those places would be really cool. I heard Croatia has incredible food.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because they're all right there on the Mediterranean.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Right there. Like, so the Croatia, Serbia.
I'd like to go to Morocco.
Morocco would be really cool. I'd go to Morocco. Egypt. I would probably go to Egypt for sure.
Yeah.
Just the Cairo and the pyramids in Alexandria. Yeah, that'd be really sick.
Yep.
I would go to South Africa, maybe. My mom went. She said it was really cool. Although I've been reading a lot of stuff that... the problem is I like read stuff, and I'm like, yeah. And then it's not necessarily all the way true. It's like a fear-mongering kind of thing. So I'm kind of like, I'll probably go, but like, But if I had to pick like my top 3 destinations right now, it's England, Italy, and Japan.
In order?
No.
Just those three?
Just those 3. I don't think I could order it.
Yeah. I think mine would be Japan, Italy, and...
I mean, Italy's just so cool.
I want to go back to Rome and Florence again so bad.
I forgot you've been. I hate you.
Yeah. Italy is definitely out of the places I've been. Those are my 2 favorite cities on Earth.
Like Italy is like GDP is like 80% tourism anyway. So
yeah,
they like want you there.
Yes,
they're like, have a steak, have a pasta.
The most American thing I've ever eaten was in Florence.
Really?
Yes.
What was it?
It was a pizza sandwich.
Yeah, that's American.
It was like a ham sandwich.
But I bet you it was really good.
Oh my god, dude! It was like right outside the Duomo.
Oh.
And there's this little cafe, and I walk in, and there's it's like half of like a 7-inch Neapolitan pizza, maybe, that has like a ham sandwich inside. Dog.
Get out, dude.
Dude, it was so good.
My parents said that one of their favorite trips of all time was when they went 16 days to Italy. All over.
Oh, dude, yeah.
All over, dude.
Because like I want to go to the countryside.
I want to go to Sicily. I want to go to Naples.
Yep.
I want to go to Rome. I want to go to Florence. I want to go to Milan. I want to go to Venice. Yep. Milan, obviously, I would like to just go and see it, but Milan is a lot more of like the fashion culture, and I don't really necessarily care about Venice before it sinks into the ocean.
Yep.
Before it's gone.
Yeah.
I would love to see all of Rome.
Yeah, dude. As soon as I get a job again, I'm gonna start saving up so we could do a trip together.
I think that'd be awesome. Do a podcast from like
from wherever,
from Rome.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, and England is just like I love English culture.
Yeah,
and I love the Premier League, like their soccer, or as they would say in England, football.
Yep. Even though the English invented the word soccer.
Yeah, I know. Get fucked. Obviously, I'm a big Gordon Ramsay fan, and I just like English culture. I like the way they. I love the accents, all the different accents.
Yeah.
I love soccer. I love the history. All the history there is really cool.
Dude, I want to go to castles so bad.
Yeah. I love Arthurian legend, like, big time.
Yep.
I love that stuff.
And I mean, if you're there, you might as well just go to Ireland and Scotland, too.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. All of the British Isles.
Yeah.
All of it. Scotland, Wales.
Apparently there's, I just learned about this recently. There's a small island south of the mainland that has like 150 people on it. That's also part of the British Isles.
South of in the English Channel?
Yeah.
It might be really small, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe it's south of Ireland? I can't remember.
It could be north. There's a lot of islands, little tiny islands north of it.
I'm pretty sure it's south. Yeah. Anyway,
if you look above Scotland, there's a bunch of like land masses.
Yeah.
Very interesting place.
I want to see the giant steps.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I've heard that Stonehenge is not actually that impressive.
I've heard that too.
And I'm like, I want to see it. And
I
also heard you cannot even go up close to it anymore.
Really? Oh yeah, because people were like doing graffiti on it.
And,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Some 12 or 15-year-old.
Oi, mate, this is fucking funny, isn't it? Little twats.
I'm rebellious.
Screw our culture. King Arthur can suck it. He's a bloody asshole.
Anyway.
English slang is hilarious, too.
Yeah.
I won't, obviously, I can't even think of all of it right now, but wanker is a very common term over there.
Yes. So is the C word.
Yeah. I thought that, or like when they're talking about it, that geezer.
Geezer, yep.
I love it. I love it. The geezer can't even hold himself upright.
Geezer's a really good one.
So good. Lads.
Lads, dude. The lads, bro.
Lads? What are we doing, lads?
I love lads.
See, that's why England's in my top 3. Just the culture, the way, the way they talk. 90% of it is the way they talk. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I feel like I've missed my chance. No, I'm going to take that back. I would have liked to have gone to France in like the Victorian era.
You sure about that?
Kind of.
Victorian was a little bit after the Revolution. A little bit after Napoleon.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Sometime in there.
Didn't she die in 1850? So if that... Okay, I'm going to do a little quick research here, Jack. Pontificate for a second.
I just want to see how different it was and like...
Pontificate.
Sorry, I was
okay.
Sorry, listener. I was
From
just
June 30th,
thinking.
In the history of the United Kingdom and the British Empire, the Victorian era was the reign of Queen Victoria from the 20th of June 1837 until her death on the 22nd of January 1901.
So yeah, pre-World War I.
Pre-World War One,
France,
right after Napoleon, or
yeah,
a few years after, like a decade and a half after Napoleon.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to go.
No, okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's super fair. Lots of puffy, stuffy people.
Yes.
Also, lots of
dysentery. I genuinely, man, I have a love-hate relationship with France.
Don't we all?
I do for a good reason.
Yeah, it's very true.
But
personal reasons we don't have to get into.
I love the way they eat breakfast.
Oh, croissants, cigarettes, and coffee.
Oh no, dude. Dude, at our hotel, you just go downstairs, and then there's just like, do you want lunch meat, bread, and jam? And I'm like, yeah.
As a matter of fact,
maybe not lunch meat, deli meats, breads and jams. I was like, bro, and cheese, dude. Yes.
I will say, as much as we like to bag on them, French food, there's a reason that
it's regarded as the best in the world.
Yeah, it's they love to eat, man.
The best restaurants in England are all French.
Yeah, except for Gordon's.
My
boy, but he was trained on French cuisine.
But he was trained in classical French cuisine.
So, you know, Julia Child's like.
Yep.
Julia Child's
who?
The famous French chef. She had like a show. Well, let me see if I can. Sorry, one more time to look up silly.
My favorite chef is Marco Pierre White.
Also great.
I love Marco.
Yes, Julia Child. Julia Child, not Childs.
Yeah, Julia Childs is an actress, isn't she?
Yeah. I don't know.
Something like that.
Julia Carolyn Child was a chef, author, and TV personality who revolutionized American cuisine by making French cooking accessible.
Yep.
Yeah. She was very, very famous.
Very.
She had her own show, and she made lots of yum yums on there.
Yep.
Old school yum yums. But we've had friends that have gone. I have had a friend that's gone recently, and she sent me pictures, and I'm like, ugh.
I will say this. I think the Eiffel Tower is overrated unless you go into up to the top.
I mean, fair.
Just being at the base of the Eiffel Tower is you're just looking up and you're like, okay, cool.
Stuff is over dramatized no matter where you go.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that is incredible when you see it no matter what.
The park around the Eiffel Tower is really nice. I like the park.
I would love to see, I'm sure Big Ben is cool, but it's not oh my god.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But ancient castles are probably just as sick as you think they would be.
Yeah, probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
I would, you know what? That's a really good one because you're talking about Victorian era. If I could go to an era and not get screwed over by something random and just live for a minute, I would love to see Rome at the height of its empire.
Dude. Yeah.
Go from Hadrian's Wall all the way down to Persia.
Yeah.
You were wicked to see just how it works. And how
essentially to be like a fly on the wall kind of thing.
Just go through all the entirety of the Roman Empire at the height of its power.
Yep.
Would be super cool.
If I was able to bring enough, if I took like, here's your malaria shot and yellow fever.
That's what I'm saying is
like if I took all those shots and stuff and it was like, here's some penicillin if you're in a pinch.
I can't take penicillin. I'm allergic.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
I will die.
My dad was also allergic to
I
penicillin.
will die, but it is not for me. Yes, anyway.
I would like to go be like a privateer at the height of the age of piracy.
You're a scurvy pirate.
Yeah, dude. Not a pirate. A privateer. I'd want to be a privateer.
You don't want to be Pirates of the Caribbean, bro? You don't
I want to be a privateer of the Caribbean,
You don't want to be Jack Sparrow, you know?
I could literally be Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
I wouldn't be a captain.
By far the worst captain I've ever heard of.
Dude, imagine me if I was slightly buff in the age of piracy.
Just a big buff dude.
Everyone would want me on their ship.
Yeah.
For labor.
Yeah. Yes, for sure, for labor.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Be interesting. Who would you privateer for? Which nation?
Probably England.
Yeah, I was going to say that probably makes most sense.
I'm not going to pick Spain.
Dirty Spanish. I don't want to be a dirty Spaniard. Those movies are underrated.
Dude, Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, my favorite movie franchise.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Of all time.
Actually, okay, I might take that back. The Michael Bay Transformers might beat him out.
Also, really?
Yeah, dude, I love those movies.
All of them?
All of them, I love them. I accept that they're trash.
No, you know what? That is super fair.
They're so cool.
Art is subjective, right? What I think is bad, you might think is good. I liked the first one a lot. Second one was fine. Third one started to lose me. Fourth one was kind of fun because dinosaurs. Fifth one was stupid.
Fifth one was really bad.
They got Anthony Hopkins for that movie. Anthony freaking Hopkins, one of the greatest actors of our generation, in a movie about King Arthur, Camelot, Transformers,
dude, Cogsworth or whatever that little robot's name, the little psychopath. I love that dude.
Mark Wahlberg is a descendant of King Arthur, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. It's so stupid.
It is really stupid. It's so stupid.
The Transformers were the Knights of the Round Table.
No, they were. They were a part of the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay. If you can get past the tomfoolery, the visuals are awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I agree with you.
Yes.
I agree with you.
That's why I like them
That's
so
why
much.
I like the fourth one. Dinosaur robots. The Dinobots.
Dude, when Optimus Prime friggin'
Grimlock
just backhands Grimlock, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you're the Prime. All right, I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm chill."
Yeah. I haven't seen the Age of Beasts one yet.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Rise of the Beasts.
Rise of the Beasts or whatever.
Yep. It is very okay.
But yeah, the first one I really dug that. I really dug the first one.
The first Michael Bay Transformers movie is peak.
I understand that it's a little silly, but the second one was pretty sick too.
Yeah, the three Shia LaBeouf ones are really, really good.
Shia LaBeouf is the pinnacle of Transformers. Sorry, Mark.
Unfortunately, he is canonically dead in the Michael Bay Transformers movies.
Unfortunately, it's Shia LaBeouf, so a little wacky nowadays.
He's mellowed out.
Yeah, and I love that was prime Shia in my opinion.
Yeah.
First Transformers, he was awesome, and Megan Fox. I mean, come on,
dude. Yeah.
Woo. And then they replaced her with that British chick in the third one, who was also a smoke show.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that I really, really love.
Oh yes.
I had a little hashtag treat yourself day on Monday. I think it was.
Hashtag treat yourself.
Hashtag treat yourself. Do Parks and Rec. Hashtag treat yourself.
Hashtag treat yourself.
I made myself a surf and turf dinner
Some lobster.
I had a
steak.
ribeye, kind of. I guess it wasn't technically. It's not technically surf and turf because it wasn't lobster.
No, surf and turf. It's a fish.
I made
Seafood of some sort.
like a shrimp and lemon ADHD brain.
Like pasta?
Yes.
Like a scampi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fettuccine Alfredo.
Okay.
But with like shrimp and stuff in it.
Okay.
Steak.
Swag, yeah.
Had a couple glasses of wine.
Some vino.
And I watched 2014's Godzilla.
Ah, the Bryan Cranston.
Yes.
The 30 minutes of Bryan Cranston.
Yes.
Could have been so much better.
Oh, dude, that movie is so good.
It's a good
That movie is so good.
It's a good movie when Godzilla's on screen.
Dude, no, I love every single thing
And when
about
Bryan
that
Cranston's
movie.
on screen.
I love every single thing about
And when
that movie.
Ken Watanabe's on screen, I really let them fight.
Oh, dude, you know what the
Super
secret
good.
Easter egg is? I've told you about Letterkenny, right? The Canadian
Yeah,
TV show.
yeah.
The main character, Wayne, Jared Kiso,
Uh,
is in Godzilla.
no, is he one of
He's one of the his character is Drop Leader when they do the Halo jump.
Yep. Which is a cool scene.
Yeah, that is
really cool scene.
I showed that to Miss Marks.
Yep.
She was over here a few months ago. She's a drama teacher at Lake Stevens High School. For those who don't know, I showed her that scene where they starting with them jumping out of the plane and like through the fog, and she was like, with the choir, like the ominous choir and everything, and she was like
I said, that's
Whoa.
a great scene.
She was impressed because I was telling her about like this monster movie. She's like, stupid, and I'm like, no, you need to see this.
You don't understand.
You do not understand.
The only qualm I have with that movie. Okay, I have 3 qualms with that movie.
Okay,
Number
hit
1,
me.
not enough in Godzilla. Nearly enough. There's enough near the end.
There's more Godzilla than you think. I misremembered that movie where I was like,
No, there's
you don't see
Godzilla, but
Godzilla
it's
until
just-
like the end of the movie. You see quite a bit of Godzilla.
They try and make him ominous, right?
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
get that.
fair enough.
Right? I'm not watching a Godzilla movie for the plot most of the time, to be honest with you.
Fair.
I mean, Godzilla -1 had a really good, but you got a lot of Godzilla.
Godzilla -1 is a lot of talking.
Yeah,
There's a lot of politics in
But
-1,
but-
but there's a lot of Godzilla too.
yeah, and it's just a really good movie. And I'm not saying Godzilla 2014 was bad by any stretch.
Excuse me.
When you advertise Bryan Cranston that much and you kill him in 30 minutes in, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson could not carry that movie. No way, Jose, could he carry that movie.
I think he did a
In
good
my
job.
opinion, he did fine. But if you had Bryan Cranston in some sort of role like that, way better. Way better.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I just don't think he was. And I kind of saw what they were going for. And then the subsequent movies afterwards, so like King of the Monsters,
they degrade
they
heavily.
because Godzilla was more of a movie.
Yes.
And then you got King of the Monsters, which is more of a Godzilla feature.
Yes.
Because you got
that is your
Ghidorah and all
classic.
this. Yeah, that's all the monsters you fight.
Yeah.
Mothra, Ghidorah, Rodan.
Yep.
And then you get to the Kong one, Godzilla vs Kong, and then the new Empire one.
Yeah. That movie is crazy.
And they get subsequently more silly.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And then I realized how much more I appreciated Godzilla 2014.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of liked King of the Monsters, even though it was
I kind of
also
liked
silly.
it too. Yeah.
Ghidorah was like, MOP, and then Godzilla was like, no.
No, they nuked me
I'm
in
going to-
Atlantis.
I'm going to eat a nuke in Atlantis. Ken Watanabe suicides himself for me.
Yeah.
My boy.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a big Ken Watanabe fan.
Dude, he's great.
You know what movie I first saw him in?
What?
2011's Christopher Nolan movie. Can you think of it?
Yes.
Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I can't think of the name because of my brain.
Inception.
Inception, yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah?
Incredible movie.
I'll watch that.
One of my top 5. You've never seen Inception?
Mm-mm.
You've never seen Inception, Jack?
Nope.
Oh my god.
I was thinking about it the other night. I was scrolling through Amazon and I saw Inception, but
please
I
watch
went in, I was like,
Inception.
I'm watching God.
Please. Okay, great movie. Inception, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is an infinitely better movie than Godzilla.
Probably is.
And that's, you might like Godzilla better. That might be your thing. Like I said, art is subjective. I adore Inception. It is such a thought-provoking, like, crazy movie, and there's so many twists and turns. And there's so many good actors and actresses in that thing.
There are.
It's crazy. You got Leo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Ken Watanabe.
Ooh, Tom Hardy's in it?
Tom Hardy's in it.
All right, I'm a sucker for Tom Hardy movies.
Tom Hardy's...
So.
He's not a prominent character. Cillian Murphy's in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love me some Cillian Murphy.
It's good. The artist formerly known as Ellen Page is in it. Elliot Page is in it.
I just thought of a joke I have to tell you after we stop recording.
But at the time was known as Ellen Page.
Yeah.
And she's really good. She, I don't know how the fuck I would do that. At the time, it was Ellen Page, and she's really good in the movie.
Okay.
And fantastic movie. Marianne Cotillard, who is Batman, the Dark Knight Rises. She's Talia al Ghul.
Okay. Okay.
I couldn't remember her name for a second.
Okay.
But she's Leo's wife.
Okay.
And I won't spoil you as to what's going on there. But it is an amazing movie.
Okay.
It is an incredible movie. It's one of Nolan's greatest. I think it's better than Interstellar.
Interesting.
Interstellar was really good, but I think Inception was just a better, more concise, well put together movie.
Okay.
As much as I like McConaughey now, I used to not like McConaughey. I like him a lot.
I love McConaughey. I love me some.
He's great. He's a great actor.
He really, really is.
Yeah. Interstellar, Inception, like they're both the concepts of both those movies is like wild, but Inception feels more grounded in a way.
Interesting.
Like it makes more sense to me, even though it's obviously wild and silly and doesn't actually work that way.
Yeah.
But the way that the movie flows, and I personally think Leo's a little bit better than McConaughey, and he kills it in that movie. They all kill it. They all do an amazing job. It's just great movie, fantastic movie. Can't believe you haven't seen it, dog. Please watch it.
I will.
It is so good. It's one of my top 5 movies of all time.
Okay. What are your other top 5s?
Lord of the Rings, and then James Cameron's Avatar.
Okay, I don't know what I was
Fellowship,
expecting.
Two Towers, Return of the King, James Cameron's Avatar, Inception. Boom. Top 5.
And is that just your favorite movies? Or
Yes.
Is like, okay.
Yes. Listen, dog. Do I know that James Cameron's Avatar is not like some sort of cinematic masterpiece?
It's visually
It's
unbelievable.
That's crazy because for 2009, it is still one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
It is crazy how good they did with CGI in that movie.
Yes.
It feels freaking real.
Yeah.
No one has done CGI like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And then he did Way of Water. Like, same thing, but a little bit better movie. I'll be the first to tell you, and I love those movies. Obviously, I adore those movies. The first one is my favorite movie of all time. The plot's there.
It's there.
It's there. The first one's plot is just Pocahontas, which is a good plot. And then the second one is like, I love James Cameron, but he's just kind of an eco-terrorist at this point.
An eco-terrorist?
He just really is like, save the whales, save the forest. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Is that the plot of the movie, though? Like, is that all we're doing, dog? Look, the first one at least had like, okay, the first one, main character, Jake Sully, Sam Worthington, my guy.
Jake Sully.
It's like a him discovering a world while you're discovering it. You're with him. You are discovering how this culture, and the one thing that really drew me to James Cameron's Avatar was the world building, the way he set up the culture, and the way you just like it's just the way you feel when you watch it.
Okay.
You know, I'm not like, oh man, it's one of the greatest romances of all time, because it's just, it's there.
Yeah.
Like it works. It makes sense. You know it's gonna happen. You know there's a lot of revealed thing, which is another cliche, which is okay because some cliches are meant to be used.
Yep.
There's a lot of good actors and actresses in that
Sigourney
movie
Weaver's
too.
in that
Sigourney
one.
Weaver. You got Stephen Lang as the bad guy. You got Giovanni Ribisi, who was amazing as an actor in that movie. He's kind of wasted because he's just a corporate douchebag. You got obviously Sam Worthington's really good. Zoe Saldana's amazing. What's the nerdy guy's name? I can't remember his name. Anyway, the guy who plays one of the other scientists that hangs out with them a lot. Norm, whatever his actual character, or actor's name is.
Couldn't tell you.
He's fine. And then you got all the actors and actresses that play all the Na'vi. You only remember Neytiri. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them are gone, except for the mom. I remember the characters' names like Tute, Moat.
Wow.
Yeah. It's my favorite movie, dog.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I don't remember the actors' names. So some of them you don't really see anymore.
Yeah.
2 of them die.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
If you
Spoilers for 2009.
2009's one of the highest grossing movies of all time. I think it's top 3. It might be number 1 still.
Yep.
Might be number 2 or 3.
Zoe Saldana is in the top 3 most grossing movies of all time.
Yeah. Avatar's 1 and 2 and Endgame.
Yep.
She's great. And I loved Endgame too.
Yep. Endgame is really good.
It felt really cool to see it all come together.
It really did.
And then it just went fucking downhill.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that. The last good Marvel movie I saw was Spider-Man. Was it No Way Home?
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
With Tom Holland.
With all the Spider-Man.
With all
Andrew
the Spider-Man.
Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
And Willem Dafoe.
And Doc. Who plays Doc Ock?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Albert something. I'll look that up.
Yeah.
I know his name too, and it kind of irritates me.
It was so wholesome for me seeing Peter finally cure Doc Ock's AI overtaking his brain. That made me feel so good. Dude, the scene where Peter Parker, jeez. I'm sorry, everybody. My brain is so scattered and all over the place.
Molina.
Alfred Molina, that's right.
Yeah.
Love him as Doc Ock. You got Tobey Maguire, see, folks, this is what I'm talking about.
He's out of it, guys.
My brain is so scattered today.
Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
I know, but I was going to say Tobey Maguire's Sandman.
The Sandman.
The Sandman, original actor from Sandman.
Original.
I just said original actor from Sandman.
Take a minute. Breathe, Jack. Collect your thoughts. He's gone. He's gone, boys. He's gone.
Okay. The guy who plays Sandman.
In the original Spider-Man.
Yes, in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Nailed it.
That was what I was trying to say.
Nailed it.
He's back. And then you had Jamie Foxx as
Electro. And then not the original actor for the Lizard. But the
for
Lizard
King Croc.
Is
it King Croc?
I think it's just the Lizard. I don't know what he's actually called, but
there's a villain called King Croc somewhere.
But I think he's just called the Lizard. Dr. Kurt Connors from Andrew Garfield's.
Right, okay.
They brought 2 from Andrew Garfield, 2 from Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And then Tom Holland's like, I'm going to fight Willem Dafoe.
I'm going to fight Willem Dafoe. But, dude, the scene where, it's my favorite scene. Oh, okay, second favorite scene in that movie. When Tom Holland is first getting, like, the spider sense. Like, he's working on that machine that he's got.
Yep.
And then his spider sense just goes, and he's just walking through, and he's like, May? And he's just like, yeah, what's up? And he's just, and then, like, Doc Ock comes up, and he's like, what's wrong, Peter? Because he's been cured at that point, so I freaking love Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. I love that character so much.
There's a reason that they brought those guys back,
Dude. And just for him to be cured of his, anyway. And then they're all just standing there like, what's going on there? Jamie Foxx is like, why are you looking at me like that?
Jamie Foxx's character.
But then he just thwips on the Green Goblin.
On the Goblin Boy.
And
Willem
he's like,
Dafoe, who tries
that's a neat trick you got there, Spidey.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe is Green Goblin.
Yes.
The fact that he's the one that tricks Peter the most is the Tom Holland Peter makes sense to me.
Well, when he first shows up, he's not Green Goblin. He's Norman Osborn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's always Green Goblin.
I mean, there's two psyches in Norman Osborn.
And then he switches.
But like for the most of the time they're in his apartment or whatever, they're in May's apartment. He's Norman Osborn. He's not Green Goblin.
Yeah.
So he's like, wow, that's a really neat trick you got there. You could just, like, wow, you cured Doc Ock and all this stuff. That's super cool. I'm all about it.
Now I'm a goblin.
Now I'm the Green Goblin. I'm gonna try and kill you now. Ah!
And I killed your aunt. Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. Spoilers for no, he doesn't kill May.
Yeah, he does. Aunt May dies.
Does she?
Yeah.
In No Way Home?
Yes.
You're right.
Marissa Tomei dies.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. And it's because of Willem Dafoe. It's because of the Green Goblin.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And that's why Tom Holland Peter, wants to whoop his butt and almost kill him.
Yeah.
And then the other Spider-Men are like, no, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield's like, oh, Gwen Stacy.
But then he saves Zendaya.
Yeah.
He got his redemption.
He did it. Man, I had such mixed feelings because I actually really liked the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
And I had such mixed feelings when they did that. Because Emma Stone is awesome. And then they killed her. And I was like, I understand why they did it because technically they were going to then go into marry MJ.
Yep.
Right? And I was like, but they never did it.
Yeah, because the movies got... Yep.
Yeah, because Sony pulled them because Sony sucks. And because they didn't do that well. And then you're like, hey, guys, by the way, at the very end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, check it out. Paul Giamatti is the Rhino for 5 seconds.
Yes. Yes. Forgot about that.
Holy crap, guys. Good. We wasted an incredible actor, Paul Giamatti, here for 5 seconds. Like,
okay. This is a jump. This is a leap.
All right, we're making leaps here.
Paul Giamatti in... Oh, crap. Now I can't remember the name of the movie. It has
the leap has been we missed
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up.
We missed the landing.
We
didn't get there. Paul Giamatti, also a fantastic actor. Very good actor. And that is why I was very pissed off that they wasted. Also Rhino, cool character.
Big Fat Liar. Is the name of the movie.
Classic with Frankie Muniz.
And Ashley Tisdale, I believe.
No, it's Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
Another A name.
Yep. The Hungry Like the Wolf scene where he's dancing around. He gets out of the pool. He's all blue. Oh, my gosh, dude. Holy crap. I haven't thought about that movie in decades.
It's been a minute. Frankie Muniz, bro. What happened to that guy?
I think the last thing he did is he drove a car in like a... Sometimes NASCAR does like a Stars.
Oh, like a celebrity game?
Yeah, something
almost,
like that. Like Keanu Reeves drove a NASCAR car.
What can't Keanu Reeves do?
I don't know, but Frankie Muniz has done that. I think that was the last thing I saw that he's done.
Cool. Good for him, man. And sometimes those guys, they get their fame and they're like, I'm good. And that's probably smart.
Absolutely.
Because
you've made all the money in the world, so I'm just going to dip.
Because then sometimes you just kind of like the smell of your own farts and then you're like weird.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love Leo, but he kind of got a little weird for a minute.
Yeah, he did.
I'm like, all right, dude. And then and then I remember because I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan as you could probably find. And when he finally got his Oscar for The Revenant, I was like, I've seen him be. He was really good in that movie, but I've seen him be really good in a lot of movies.
Is in this movie.
In Big Fat Liar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
He's the $6 million man.
Like, did you ever see The Revenant? The one where Leo gets mauled by a bear.
Yes.
And has to survive.
Yes.
Tom Hardy's also in that movie.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Tom Hardy's in Band of Brothers.
Tom Hardy is amazing, and he's in a lot of things.
Yeah. No, you know what? I might be misthinking that.
I don't think he's in Band of Brothers.
I think it's Vin Diesel that's in Band of Brothers. A young Vin Diesel.
Are you sure about that?
There's.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Can you look that up?
I'm gonna look that up.
Vin Diesel in Band of Brothers? I don't remember that. I think it's a lot of
Yep. It's a
really.
Yes, it is a very young Vin Diesel, but he is in Band of Brothers.
Oh my god! He has the look for it.
Yeah.
25 years ago. What?
Yep.
2000? Mm-hmm. Dude, Band of Brothers is so good.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
That's probably the best World War II depicted fictional quote unquote series. It's not really even fictional. It's mostly.
I was right. There's Tom Hardy in Band of Brothers.
Dude, that's a young Tom Hardy.
That's very young Tom Hardy. Yes.
Okay, is Tom Hardy one of the most underrated actors of all time?
Yes.
Yeah, he's really good.
Him and Vin Diesel have minor roles in Band of Brothers.
Yeah,
like
but
it's not Lipton or Leap God or Winters or Spears or any of those guys, but they're still in it and they have speaking roles. I
watched a movie with Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf in it. I can't remember what it's called. But
Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf.
It was about moonshiners.
Yes, that's a great movie.
And Gary Oldman was like some mob boss.
Yes,
I love Gary Oldman too.
Yep.
And I was like, I really like that movie.
Tom Hardy plays badasses so well.
Throat cut.
Yeah, he does.
And he lives.
Yep.
It's a cool movie.
Tom Hardy plays badasses so well.
Yeah, and then he also can play like in Inception. He's like a pseudo con man almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays like a slick, super smart like.
Oh.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but like the raw basis of it is in Inception, Leo's character.
I know the basic plot. Like are you in the dream? Like, are we still in the dream?
To steal information or to plant?
Yeah.
To steal information specifically.
Okay.
Right. So Leo's team, like him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then they always like hire a couple other people with them that are like random that they never always bring with them. So they always change it up because they haven't been able to find. So they bring in Ellen Page's character to be the architect to like build the dream, right?
Okay.
It's like building a giant maze. They go in to like steal information for people, and then his character.
Excuse me.
I'm not gonna say that. For some reason or another, he has to do something where they plant an idea in somebody's head, and that's when Inception is.
Oh, okay.
And if he doesn't, he's basically going to jail for the rest of his life.
Gotcha.
Because this guy's, and Ken Watanabe's character is the guy who's going to hire him. But it's like you have to go like layers. So they go with dreams within dreams within dreams. That's why it's like the Inception jokes are all like that. So it's really cool. And Tom Hardy's character is like really good at impersonating people.
Okay.
So in dreams, he'll like shapeshift.
Oh.
And he'll look like the person because he knows their mannerisms. He knows how to act like them.
Oh, interesting.
So he's like the world's greatest actor at that point.
Okay.
He's like a con man.
Okay.
In that way.
That's
and
pretty
he's
cool.
Part of Leo's team.
Interesting.
It's
I like
very
that.
Interesting.
And
he's really good.
Tom Hardy in Peaky Blinders, amazing.
I've heard Mobland is amazing, the new show.
Is he in that?
Yeah, that's his show. He's like the main character in Mobland.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I love Tom Hardy as a gangster.
Tom Hardy, yeah. Is he in Peaky Blinders?
Yes. Alfie Solomons is his name.
I haven't seen that yet.
He plays I believe he's a Russian Jew. Because it takes place around the time where the Russians were trying to get rid of Jews.
Who doesn't at this point?
It's unbelievable.
History, man.
The only reason I say that is because there's a character. Not a character. There's a point where he's talking to another person, like from Russian royalty or something like that. He's like, "You people." Blah, 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 blah.
I'm a big Cillian Murphy fan too.
Dude, Cillian Murphy's great.
I'm super glad that he got his Oscar for. Why can't I think of the name? Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That movie was really good, but fuck, it was way too long.
It was way too long.
We watched it together, right?
Yeah, you and Paul.
And I literally fell asleep at the last 30 minutes.
Yes, you did.
That was the lawyer talk with RDJ, and I know he did a really good performance, and I'm just sitting there like,
in my opinion, that was probably the most important part of the movie, too.
They just dragged it.
Yeah.
But I guess they're probably giving RDJ his like Oscar moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like...
Oh, did you hear that Tom Cruise wants to do another Tropic Thunder? And RDJ is kind of down?
Please. Please do it. Please.
Or,
that would be
I think
sick.
more accurately, Tom Cruise wants to do something with that character.
And then RDJ is like, yeah, I'll be part of that.
Yeah. It's like somebody asked
Hell
Robert
yeah,
Downey Jr.
dude.
on the red carpet or something like that for some premiere.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, tell him to call me.
Probably need some work. Oh, no, he doesn't need work. He's about to be...
he's about to be Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, Dr. Doom. He don't need work. He's got money out the wing, bro.
Yeah, dude.
He's got some Money.
Money.
Iron Man got him some money, dog. And
Dude.
then he did Sherlock Holmes.
I love those Sherlock Holmes movies, dude.
Underrated.
Super underrated.
The
I hope
first
they
one
make
was
another one.
amazing. Second one was good. Did they do a third one?
I think there have been rumors of a third one forever.
Jude Law was good.
Jude Law was really good.
Law.
Yep.
There's a lot of actors.
I don't think I liked the portrayal of Professor Moriarty. I liked the actor who played him.
Oh, that's the guy from what's that guy's name? Mark something. I think it's Mark something. I think that's the guy I'm thinking of. I could be completely wrong. Mark Strong. I'm probably wrong. Mark Strong. That's my guess.
Moriarty.
Professor Moriarty in like the Sherlock Holmes Book of Shadows.
Yeah,
Book of Shadows.
not Book of Mormon.
That'd be a fun Sherlock Holmes.
Jared Harris.
Oh, Jared Harris. Is Mark Strong in any of those movies? Is he in the first one? Who's the bad guy in the first one? Is there like an overarching bad guy in the first one? Or is it just like a bunch of random bad guys? I'm pretty sure there's an overarching bad guy in the first one. Also, you know what I'm talking about when I say Mark Strong, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yes, Mark Strong plays Lord Henry Blackwood.
That's okay. See, I was right about something. Okay, he plays the bad guy in the first one.
Yes, he does.
Mark Strong, also a good actor.
Fantastic actor.
Hey,
Love Mark
Kingsman.
Strong. Kingsman, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Sherlock TV series?
With Benedict Shoeface.
Yes, Benedict Shoeface.
I love Benedict Cumberbatch, but it looks like some stuff on his face with a shoe.
Oh my god!
Look at his face, and you tell me that somebody
Dude, have you seen?
grind their soul in.
I don't want to get too off track, but have you seen the SNL skit, which is just like, it was when Benedict Cumberbatch was hosting. He's like, "Why is Benedict Cumberbatch attractive?" Like a game show.
It's great. It's because he's got, and I'll tell you why. It's because he's got the Riz, dog.
Yeah.
He's got Riz.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch has charisma.
Yes, he does.
For the old folks that don't know what Riz is, it's charisma.
It's literally just charisma.
It's just a shortened word for charisma. It's just a really funny way to say it because the children nowadays don't want to actually learn how to use English. Charisma.
I gotta watch that video later.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff that you just don't realize how good it actually is. Like there's probably movies that I haven't like fully seen that are really good that I just need to actually see. It's been a long time since I've seen them, like Monty Python. I want to watch that again.
That is my favorite movie of all time.
Holy Grail.
That is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, Holy Grail's really good. Super funny.
So funny. My favorite thing about my favorite thing about watching that movie is I first saw that movie when I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got some of the sillier jokes.
Yep.
And then every time I watched it, I
like,
understood one more joke every time I watched it. And once peak for me was when I finally laughed at I didn't vote for you. Like he's talking to just the mud people.
I didn't vote for you.
He's like he's just this tirade about kings and leadership. He's like,
oh yes,
you must have been who was that? It must have been a king. What makes you say that? Guess he got shit all over him.
All right, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Is there any movie that elicits super like powerful emotions from you? Like you watch the movie and you're like it just hits you in the feels.
In the feels, like sad.
Yeah. Sad. And I mean, I guess generally when we say that's sad, you know, or like you feel like genuine happiness. I'm sure is Monty Python, but
that one's just giggliness.
Yeah. Like you like watch it and you're like, wow, that hit me hard. And it could be. It doesn't have to be all the time when you watch it, because sometimes when you trying to rewatch something, it doesn't elicit the same emotion because you're used to it. But like, it made you feel. You know, because I'll tell you that James Cameron's Avatar didn't make me cry, but it made me feel like such a sense of wonder. I felt like a child again.
Okay, so something like that.
It could be any sort of like strong emotion. You know, or like when I watched Troy for the first time, I felt like I felt so badass, and I felt like a sense of like wonder, not like wonder in the same way of like being a child.
You know,
again,
the
or, like,
last time I think I felt that way about a movie, something like profound, was when I watched Captain America for the first time.
The very first Captain America.
Captain America, the First Avenger. It gave me this sense of wanting to be a hero, like
that's sick. Yeah.
to do
That's exactly
something,
what I'm
to
talking
do something greater than myself, to be a part of something greater than myself.
Yeah, because Steve Rogers is that kind of guy.
Steve Rogers is exactly that kind of guy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
that makes sense.
yeah, I think that was the last time, because like a lot of movies I watch, like when I was watching Godzilla, I didn't feel like, oh wow, like this profound thing. I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, there's a difference in that way.
Yeah,
I'm talking about something that would drag some sort of profound emotion out of you. Like I'll tell you, you probably could guess which movies make me feel the strongest emotion.
Probably Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy, right?
Yes, very easy.
Those movies have made me cry twice, but not when I was younger. Now that I'm older.
I can tell you what made me sad the most recently.
Sure.
Frieren.
Okay, well that's not a movie, but yeah,
It's not a movie, but like that was the last time.
Yeah,
but like
the Japanese sure know how to make us sad.
In terms of just like
bastards.
Oh, you immediately know who these characters are, and now they are dead.
Yeah.
I was like, crap.
Yeah.
I'm crying right now.
There's
a movie hasn't done that to me in a long time.
I'm trying to think, like, not just like a sense of wonder, but there's movies that you feel like you elicit like a strong emotion. You can't name the emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like you're watching something profound. You're like in a sense of awe. Like when I watched Inception for the first time, I was like, "This is incredible! Like, what is going on here?" And then you don't realize how good. Like, actually, the first time I watched it, I was younger, so I got it, but then I didn't like fully get it. And then I watched it a little while ago. It's been a minute since I'd watched it. And I was like, man, I forgot just how amazing this is. And I actually appreciate things a lot more now that I'm older.
Me too.
Like Lord of the Rings was awesome when I was a kid, and now I really appreciate the morals and all the stuff within it.
Yes.
You know, all the characters and their relationships and all the. And honestly, if you really want to hit me, even if the movie's not that good, if the music is incredible,
yes,
it'll hit me.
Yeah.
Just like, listen. Here's one of my opinions that might give me a little bit of slander. I think Star Wars is super overrated.
It is.
But the music is so good.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. I think that's what really gets people. I think John Williams did something so well that it's just like, wow, this is awesome. And then you're watching it and you're like, eh.
It's the hero's journey.
The original three are good. The prequels are fun. Sequels are crap.
The prequels definitely needed time to age. They aged like fine wine, though, I think.
They're way better now, except for 1 is okay, 2 is kind of mid, 3 is really good.
Yeah.
I think Revenge of the Sith is clearly the best of the first 3.
Yeah, probably.
And then I think Empire Strikes Back obviously is the one that everyone says is the best of the original 3. I really like The Return of the Jedi, obviously, because that's like the ending of it. But Empire Strikes Back is a technically better movie. And then you have the sequels. The only one that was even worth a damn is Force Awakens. Because I think Rise of Skywalker was garbage, and I think The Last Jedi was trash. And I think The Last Jedi might be the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I think you're right. I will say, I think I may have said it on the podcast before. I've definitely said it to you before.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker has one of my favorite movie scenes ever, visually.
Was it when Rey was talking to all the Jedi?
No.
Oh, visually.
Visually, when the infamous Holdo maneuver.
Oh, yeah. It's a cool visual.
Because I saw that in IMAX.
Okay, there's the thing about Star Wars is it is a visual spectacle.
Yeah.
I mean, the prequels are incredible.
It's really stupid. Like, the Holdo maneuver is so stupid. For those of you who don't know what the Holdo maneuver is, it's this...
Admiral Holdo.
Admiral Holdo.
Laura Dern.
Basically, so in Star Wars, there's hyperspace. You go faster than light.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time ever, in all of Star Wars, someone decided to use their ship as a hyperspeed missile.
Yep.
She turned her ship around, went into hyperspace, and crashed into a bunch of other ships. Completely breaks the lore.
Self-sacrifice.
It was a self-sacrifice, but it completely, like, breaks the lore of Star Wars. It's like, why do you need like giant laser cannons and stuff when you can just shoot a missile at hyperspeed?
Yeah. But she used the ship itself.
Yes, I know. No one's ever done that before in Star Wars.
Dumb. Yeah.
It's really stupid.
Visually, it was probably incredible.
Oh my gosh, it looked absolutely amazing.
That's the thing. People conflate visuals with actually good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I'm saying you do. What I'm saying is people are like, oh, no, I thought that was really fun. I'm like, no, you didn't. You just thought it was really cool looking and the music was good.
Mm-hmm.
Because, oh no, John Williams also did that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. One of the greatest composers of all
That
time.
kind of brings me back to Transformers a little bit. The CGI in the Michael Bay Transformers movies is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, visually very pleasing.
The plots and the writing is kind of...
If they had followed like the OG Transformer stuff. And even then, because it's still an 80s cartoon.
Yeah. I will... Okay. This is a brief aside, but it's something I really want to talk about because it's so freaking cool. There is a... not necessarily a reboot. It's like a retelling of like the... like OG.
You talking about Transformers 1?
Yes, Transformers. Not Transformers 1. No.
I heard that was good.
This is a comic book that is on its like 20th issue, I think. And it is a dark and gritty
Good.
retelling of Transformers. Like,
that would be way more fun, in my opinion.
people die, Transformers die. Like in the first issue, so the Ark is a thing that it reoccurs in Transformers. Mm-hmm. It's what the Autobots took to leave Cybertron during the Civil War. Just big ship. Some of the Decepticons made it on board with them.
Yep.
And there was a huge fight. And then some were knocked out. And for some reason, the ship crashed and a bunch of them were knocked out on Earth. One of the first things that happens in this is Starscream wakes up and kills Bumblebee while he's unconscious.
Not B.
Bumblebee immediately dead.
Oh. I mean, it's all about Optimus, but also I like Bumblebee.
Yep. Immediately dead.
Damn.
Yep.
Starscream. Curse you, Megatron.
Lord Megatron.
I've been told I have a very good Starscream impression.
Yeah, it was really good. I love the OG cartoon, man.
Yeah, dude. But like,
one of my favorite gags is the Transformers like everyone turn into a useful like boat or machine or something, and the guy's like, I think it's like a Family Guy joke or a Robot Chicken joke, and it's like there's a Transformer that turns into a canoe.
that is a Family Guy joke.
Oh, if you guys ever need to go on a slow, fast-flowing river, you ain't gonna go. Call me.
There's
It's just a canoe.
Oh, and this
Negatron.
This one also has a Nagatron. Yes,
yeah.
This one also has a GI Joe tie-in.
Oh god,
it's actually really.
You know,
cool.
I never really got into GI Joe.
I didn't either.
Family Guy joke also GI Jose.
GI Jose.
GI Jose.
I'm not. I want to do it so bad, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Good job. Good
Want
job, Jack.
to
Resist.
So bad.
Resist. Resist, Jack.
Resist. No, do it.
No, I'm not.
Join the dark side.
No,
of
I'm
the
not going to
Force.
do it. I'll do it afterwards.
It's so funny, dude.
It's so funny.
If you guys don't understand that, that's another thing I want to really quickly touch on.
Yeah, do
I
it.
think people crap on Family Guy just to the "I'm better than you" kind of attitude. And I hate that.
Family Guy.
If you don't find it funny, that is okay, but you know that shit is actually funny.
They're like my favorite jokes in Family Guy are not the dirty ones. They're purely the silliest,
It's
most
the
random
silliest
crap.
random crap.
Like the one that always comes to mind is Peter has a really nasty hangover and they're all hanging out at the Clam.
Yep.
And so
The Clam.
And then so he says one of the guys says, "Peter, you need to go shed your skin. It'll get rid of your hangover." And so he goes off screen and he sheds his skin, and the other guys keep talking, and then you just hear Peter from off screen go, "Oh no, there's a cougar! Make yourself look as big as you can!" And he puffs himself up and starts waddling back and forth. So
or
funny.
like with Peter's like trying to be like he's like doing it's like a side joke where he's gonna be like a mascot, and he's like Gary the trash cougar or something.
Yes.
He's got like a gun. Gary says, "Give a garbage, throw out your garbage."
The garbage, throw out your garbage.
He's He's got like a kicker head with like blood on the fucking mouth, and it's like in an angry stare, and he's like, pick it up! Pick it. He like goes up to a kid, pick up your trash, pick it up right now. He's pointing a gun at a child.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid. Thanks, son. Remember, give a
Garbage, pick up your garbage. Another
stupid.
another personal favorite is
Family Guy glazing right now, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Another personal favorite is man, when you said give a garbage,
That it hit so hard.
dude, that hit me like a ton of bricks, dude.
Give a garbage, throw out your garbage.
Oh, what is it? Do another one and I'll think of it.
One of my other favorite ones is it's a little on the edge. But you ever see the one where Stewie's like doing Tai Chi and Brian comes in and he's like, oh, what are you doing? And he's like, Tai Chi. It helps me like center myself. And Brian's like, oh, is that Chinese? Or is that Japanese? And Stewie's like, no, it's Chinese. The Japanese have a whole other thing going on. You see the two Japanese kids like, hey man, you want to go see a movie? He's like, no, we're Japanese. Let's go watch a schoolgirl bang an octopus. And then you see this like anime girl come through, and she's like, and you see like this octopus, like this silly looking octopus come through. He's like, oh, shimmy-dance. Oh, suction cup of feeling good.
Suction cup feeling good. Oh my gosh.
No, it's a little racist, but it's so funny.
Oh crap, I can't remember.
There's so many.
There are so
Family
many
Guy
classics,
jokes that
dude.
just crack me up. Throw out your garbage. It's so stupid. There's also another semi-racist one with Mel Gibson talking about the Jews. I will not repeat. What
Yeah,
he said.
let's leave that one
But
alone.
that one is really silly because it's just Mel Gibson being racist. And then, there's so many ones. There's one of my one of my favorites is an episode where Chris like identifies like an armed robbery guy.
Okay.
And he gets out of the prison, and Trisha Takanawa, the reporter girl, is just standing there waiting for him. And she's like, what do you plan to do now that you escaped jail? And he's like, first I'm going to go bang my girlfriend, then I'm going to kill Chris Griffin. And then Stewie's like, can you really say bang my girlfriend on TV?
Bang my girlfriend on TV.
And then they get relocated to the South.
Oh, it's that episode.
It's that episode.
Yeah.
And then Meg is like the cool girl in school.
Yeah.
And then there's like that young like 6-year-old that she's like, my daughter would absolutely love you.
Yeah. My daughter would love you.
She's like 6.
They just sometimes they don't care about how they portray people. And,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that's what comedy is, man.
Comedy
That's
is
what
out there.
comedy is.
Comedy is out there.
Comedy is meant to you go after everybody. You know, they did the Cleveland show. That didn't last long, but it was pretty funny.
No, it did not.
I thought it was kind of funny. Can't think of the one. You're stuck on garbage.
I'm kind of stuck on leverage. There is another one. It's not as
Give me
funny
some
as
context.
I can't even remember the context. It's just Peter doing something. Like
That's generally what
I
most
know,
of the funny ones
I
are.
know, but like there's the one where he gets the Meg copter, very like it crashes in Joe's yard,
Yeah.
and it's just spinning around of control. And Joe comes out. He's like, "Oh, Peter, what's going on?" He's like, "Joe, go back in your house. Go back in your house. I can't stop it. Go back in your house.
Get back inside.
Just go back inside."
It's just a bunch of silliness. No, that was the Peter copter.
Was it the Peter
Yeah,
copter?
it was the Peter copter. He wouldn't drive a Meg copter.
No, he gets. I'm 100% sure he gets a Meg copter at some point, and he flies
Probably.
off with Meg.
Yeah, it's funny. Did you know that Mila Kunis started on that show when she was 15?
I did not.
Yeah, 15.
Was she doing that at the same time as that 70s show?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
She's been doing it forever, dude. Talk about an easy gig. All she has to do is talk like herself.
Yeah, literally just do your voice.
Yeah. That's my like personal favorite little sketch show of all time. In all honesty, to everybody, like I love Family Guy. I watched a like behind the scenes thing with Seth MacFarlane, Seth Green, Alex Borstein, who's Lois, and Mila Kunis.
Yep.
And they just shit on Mila. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Not in like a mean way.
They kind of do the bit of
Yeah.
they treat her the same way that the family would treat Meg.
but like a little bit better.
A little bit
obviously.
better, yeah.
But you know, because they crap on Meg like
Yeah.
harshly. And it's just really funny because she's talking about how she doesn't really do anything. Alex Borstein's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's so funny because Borstein does a lot of voices in the show. Seth MacFarlane does a lot of voices in the show.
Yep.
Seth Green is mostly just Chris, but it's so funny.
He does a couple other.
No, I think he's just Chris. Really.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember one of my favorite bits. It's H. John Benjamin.
Oh, I love John
who plays Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
Sterling Archer from Archer.
Yep.
And I don't know what his character's name in Family Guy is, but he just works at.
I know what you're talking about.
He just works at like a convenience, like a gas station.
Yeah.
And there's like a town talent show or something like that. And so all three characters, it's just H. John Benjamin's voice. So he's like, "Hey guys, I can do impressions. Here's my impression of Bob from Bob's Burgers meeting Sterling Archer from Archer. Hey, I'm Bob from Bob's Burgers. Hi, I'm Sterling Archer from Archer.
I love John.
What do you do? What do you?"
He's so
He's
funny.
just like, they have a brief back and forth. There's just him doing his own voice. It's three different characters.
Family Guy?
Huh?
He plays someone. I know you're talking about. I just can't place the face or name. He's like a random character.
Yeah, he's just a random side character. He shows like at one point Chris gets a job at the gas station and he's his boss.
It's that guy.
He's that
yeah,
guy.
it's
Yep.
that guy. Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like a big fat comic.
Yep.
Comic book reader. There's so many celebrities that appear on the show. It's crazy. Like Adam West,
unbelievable.
may he rest in peace, was the mayor.
And do you know who the new mayor is?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, baby.
Wild West.
The Wild West.
Now, I'm not a big fan of the later seasons. Some of them obviously have still funny.
That's
jokes
what
in
it was. I just remembered what the scene was. It's when they got Sam Elliott to do a Borat impression.
Hello.
No, he literally he's talking to Meg on Halloween, and the last thing he
Sam
says when the scene is, he goes, "My wife."
My wife.
He doesn't do that.
I know. It's
He
Sam
just
Elliott.
does Sam, "My wife."
He's just Sam Elliott, dude. I'll have to show you. There's an internet critic that I watch that he does like a sketch show.
Sure.
I've told you about Nostalgia Critic before.
Yes, I know Nostalgia Critic. Yeah.
Have you watched his review of Ghost Rider?
No.
They do like a skit with Sam Elliott as like selling the Sam Wow. It's like a ShamWow, but it's shaped like his mustache.
That's very funny.
It's him talking, and it's just like because he's like deep voice and you can't understand him.
Yeah.
Because he bubbled. It's like, as Sam said, don't use like ShamWow with nitrile gloves. She's got nitrile and she's got like bad shit on her hand. It's super funny.
That's very funny.
I'll have to show you the actual skit, but it's really
Yeah.
That's always how I always forget that Sam Elliott's in Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was.
He was the Ghost Rider before Nicolas Cage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was like the predecessor. He's the guy like that runs the cemetery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Do you want to call it here and keep going?
I mean, I don't need to keep going for a little bit more.
Sure.
I think
Sure.
you guys want a little bit longer episode? Say yeah. You can't talk to me right now, but you want a longer episode.
Yeah, dude.
We're having a good conversation.
We are having a good conversation. Brief aside,
Yeah.
in reference to Ghost Rider, did you know that Deadpool is the only character in Marvel that his like judgment beam doesn't work on?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because
No, that makes sense.
it was when Ghost Rider, for those who don't know,
Yeah.
so Ghost Rider judges people, and basically like the reason Ghost Rider is super super powerful is he basically exacts torment on the person proportional to what their crimes
Those
are.
sins, yeah.
Yes. So like if you're a very virtuous person, Ghost Rider's not going to do that much to you. It's like,
Yeah.
you've lied, cheated, and stealed a couple times in your life, maybe, but like,
Oh no.
yeah, like your punishment isn't going to be that bad.
Or you never really did.
Or you
That's a
never
lie,
really did,
but,
yeah.
yeah.
Or you're like Doctor Doom, who canonically can rip Thanos' spine out of his body.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider going to do pretty good against Doctor Doom.
Or Ghost Rider does good against the guy he fights in the first Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah. True.
There's like 1,000 souls of evil or whatever the fuck he says.
But the reason that
Cool movie.
The reason that the Ghost Rider's power doesn't work on Deadpool is because when he like weighs everything,
Yep.
it comes out balanced because of all of the terrible, terrible things that have happened to Deadpool.
Yep.
It outweighs or balances all the bad things he's done.
Yeah, he's just funny, guys. You can't do that to Deadpool. Come on, Ghost Rider, you can't do that.
Did you know when Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, he actually comes out of the comic and kills the writers?
Dude, Deadpool's a great character.
He's so fun.
It's an interesting character that Stan Lee created. Was it? That was not just.
No, it was not Stan Lee. A different guy created
You
Deadpool.
sure Stan Lee did most of the Marvel characters?
He did a lot of them. He may have had a hand in it.
Stan Lee, may he rest in peace. I'm sure Stan Lee didn't create everything by himself, obviously. I know he didn't, but I'm pretty sure he had a major hand in it.
No, he did not have any hand in creating Deadpool. Deadpool creators are Rob Liefeld and Fabian. I'm going to butcher this, but I'm going to try Niseza.
Well, good job to you guys. Rob and Fabian. Rob
Liefeld
and
Fabian Niseza. Niseza? Nicieza.
Probably Niseza. Or Nikeza.
First premiered in February 1991 on New Mutants number 98.
Well, you know what? Good for those guys. That's a great character.
Yeah, great character.
And Ryan Reynolds was born to play him.
Yes. Yep.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
All three Deadpool movies were awesome.
They were.
I think the first one is still the best. I really do like Deadpool Wolverine, though.
Dude, Deadpool 2 is really good with Cable.
Yeah. Yes, Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
I do like that one. I think the first one's better than that one, and then I think Deadpool Wolverine and the second one are kind of like right there.
Is Josh Brolin the first person in the MCU to play two characters?
Yes. Pretty sure. No, Chris Evans. Not technically in the MCU, but
they just brought that
MCU.
Fantastic. Oh no,
Yeah.
no, because that
no, that Fantastic Four doesn't exist.
It kind of does because of Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, I guess
They brought the Fox stuff into the MCU.
It was like, oh, it's Cap. No, it's Johnny Storm.
Dude, I was freaking out. I thought it was Cap, but no. I'm saying the first person to portray two characters.
It would have been Brolin for Thanos and Cable.
Yes,
but no, Deadpool wasn't in the MCU at that point. In Deadpool 2, he didn't become part of the MCU until.
You're right. So yeah, I would say it's probably Chris Evans then.
Technically, I think they're tied because that was in the same movie.
Josh Brolin wasn't in that movie.
But I'm saying, like, when Deadpool...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Chris
Okay.
Evans' character became canonically in the MCU.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I
with
see what you're
Josh
saying.
Brolin.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
If you're talking timeline-wise, technically Josh Brolin would be first, but
Yeah.
actually Chris Evans would be first because that Fantastic Four came out back.
Yeah.
That was still the best Fantastic Four.
We haven't seen the new one yet.
I guarantee it'll still be better than that one.
Really? Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, dog. Come on. Have any modern superhero movies done you right within the last 5 years?
Oh, okay. Well, now that you've added that caveat, Spider-Man.
That's the only one. That is the only one, in my opinion.
I enjoyed Doctor Strange.
That was bad. That was a bad movie.
Probably.
You're allowed to have that opinion.
I enjoyed it.
That's fine. Okay. Well, besides that, okay, we'll leave that one. That was also within the last 3 years.
Okay, within the last 3 years?
Nothing.
Oh, actually,
did you like Thunderbolts?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, Volume 3 was good. You're right.
Yeah.
Fuck, I
got you there.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that one.
Here's the crazy thing. People are saying that Thunderbolts has revitalized Marvel. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment on it.
Those people are wrong.
Really? Interesting.
It is not good. There are parts of it that are good.
Okay.
Like Louis Pullman is Sentinel, and he's good. Really good.
Okay.
Everyone else is whatever.
I can't wait for Doom to kick things off again.
Do you know who Louis Pullman plays in another recent movie?
Mm-mm.
He's Bob from Top Gun.
Oh, yes. I did know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did know that.
That is Bob Pullman.
Yep.
Really good actor. So
yes.
You know. The President from Independence Day with Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum.
That's him?
Pretty sure. No, it's not Louis Pullman. That's his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Independence Day is a really good movie too.
The first one.
There's a second one.
Yeah, that came out recently, semi-recently, within the last 3 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, sequel series. Or sequel thing. I think it's like Will Smith's son. Not his actual, not Jaden, but like in
universe,
yeah. And then there's the new Jurassic World coming out, and they just got rid of all the other characters.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, whatever, it's fine. I liked Chris Pratt for a little bit in the first one.
I just like I'm a Chris
I do
Pratt
like
stan.
Chris Pratt. I think he's good.
Yeah,
I think he's a good actor.
Like
I
people
will
say, like to me, it's kind of like what you were saying earlier about Family Guy. People just like to crap on things just to make themselves feel good. Like people crap on Pedro Pascal, like, oh, he ruins everything he touches.
I don't think that.
Some people do.
I know those people are wrong.
Those people are dead wrong. People like to crap on Chris Pratt. Oh, he ruins everything he touches. I disagree.
It's because they disagree with the things that he says outside of.
Oh, okay. They disagree with
him
his.
and Pedro.
Yeah.
They disagree with Chris Pratt being a devout Christian and disagree with Pedro being a devout liberal.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Which they're entitled to have their own opinions.
They are entitled to have their opinions. Yeah.
I think Pedro Pascal is a good actor.
I think so too.
I think that he's in too much now. I don't think he's going to be a good Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think he's going to be a good Reed Richards.
I wish John Krasinski was Mr. Fantastic.
That would be awesome. I think that would be
That was
sick.
such a good casting for that movie.
For the Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons you like that movie, I think, is because the cool, like, in-universe, the multiverse stuff was neat. And
yes.
and then they had,
I also liked their portrayal of the, the demon version of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The Darkhold Doctor Strange, not the demon version. The Darkhold Doctor Strange.
Yeah, you're right. I just think that this Fantastic Four, from what I've heard, now we don't know, and I could be completely wrong, but from what I've heard from a bunch of people online who know better, is that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And then go to this other universe.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm thinking to myself, neat.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of not the way I'd want to start them off.
Yeah, on the back. I mean, starting them off on the back foot isn't the worst thing in the world, but
think with super. Okay, here's the other thing: is there is superhero fatigue, like big time.
Yes,
big time. Like, you know what they should have done for DC, and they never would have done this. But what they should have done is they said, "Hey, Christopher Nolan, can we just borrow your Batman? Can we just have your Batman?
Can we just have your Batman?
Hey, Christian Bale, you want to come back because that was the best Batman." Not saying that he was the best Batman, but that those three movies...
He's the best live-action portrayal of Batman.
That was the best portrayal of Batman, in my opinion. Whether or not he was the best Batman, because one of my buddies thinks that Ben Affleck was, and I'm like, I don't agree at all.
No.
I think Batfleck was one of the worst.
The absolute best Batman is Justice League animated Batman.
Yeah, okay, but if you're talking live action...
Live action, yes.
Probably... No, if you're talking pure Batman, it's probably Michael Keaton. But if you're talking overall Batman story, it's Christopher Nolan's Batman with Christian Bale.
Yes.
Michael Keaton is the best Batman. Pure Batman. In my opinion.
Okay.
But those movies weren't nearly as good
as
the Christopher Nolan ones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because The Dark Knight, the movie with the Joker, might be the best superhero movie of all time, in my opinion. Comic book movie, should I say. I think it's better than Endgame.
Interesting.
It's an incredibly well put together movie.
It is really
Heath
good.
Ledger as the Joker is probably the greatest comic book villain put to screen.
Yeah, probably.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Sociopath, psychopath. He plays it so freaking well.
Yeah.
He is intimidating, and he wears makeup.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. I agree with you.
And the story is paced really well. It's a little long, but it's paced really well for the most part. You remember the characters. You remember Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent. You remember Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel. You remember Michael Caine as Alfred. You remember Heath Ledger as the Joker.
You remember Tom Hardy as Bane.
You remember, that's the third movie, not the second movie, but
fair enough.
But same thing. Obviously, you remember Tom. Yeah, Tom Hardy is Bane. Yeah, you remember that. Everyone remembers that. Everyone did that voice. But yeah, those movies are the best. And then Cillian Murphy was in all three movies as Scarecrow.
I forgot he's in that too. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, because
He was wasted. But
yes, absolutely.
Because they could have done more with him. He was a lot more prominent in Batman Begins than he was in Dark Knight. Or
yeah, there is
Dark Knight Rises.
a storyline in all things of Arkham, the Arkham games, where Scarecrow actually like beats Batman.
Yeah, Scarecrow's crazy.
Yeah,
and then they waste Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. Yep.
He always pronounces that Raish.
I think either is fine.
Whatever, potato, right?
Yep.
Liam Neeson, man,
Yep.
It was a cool. The League of Shadows set was cool. It was cool.
It was.
They kind of wasted him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I really didn't like what they did in the third one with Talia al Ghul.
Yeah,
I
Talia's.
don't necessarily think that was the play.
And I think it's
They
either
just
in
kinda
a
sidelined Bane, and Bane won.
Yeah. Is that so? There's another project where I think it's an animated series or something. DC animated, except for the Chris Nolan movies, is just leagues of its
better.
own.
It's just way better than any DC live action besides the Nolan stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the only live action that I thought was any good for DC.
I liked the latest Batman movie.
Oh, the Robert Pattinson one?
Yes.
Hot take, didn't care for it.
That's fine.
Did not care for it.
I liked the more detective.
I think Robert
kind of
Pattinson's
intrigue.
good. I think that we're very far away from his Twilight years, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I just don't... Maybe this is my perception, but I just don't think that was a good Batman story. I think that was a good Bruce Wayne story.
For me, I really liked it as a Batman story because it's a Batman story we haven't seen yet, which is like...
Where he's kind of a bitch.
Where he just starts out. He's just started to be the Batman.
Yeah.
He has just started to be Batman. Like, he starts the movie as not Batman.
No, I'm pretty sure he's already been Batman.
Well,
it's not an origin story.
I know. It takes place between the origin story and finally donning the suit and becoming Batman. Like he started doing like vigilante stuff, but he hasn't become Batman.
I'm pretty
yet.
sure he is Batman.
I could be completely wrong.
I think he is Batman. He's just a very young Batman.
Okay. Just before the suit. Okay.
No, he's got the suit.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about when he's stalking around during the daytime.
Yeah,
I'm mixing.
You're also conflating with Batman Begins because in that he does not have the suit for a minute, and that is the origin story.
Yeah.
He is a full-fledged Batman at that point. He's just a very young fledgling.
Disregard everything I've said.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying because it's like him still trying to figure it out because he's a lot more. He's Bruce. That's what I'm saying. He's more Bruce Wayne in that movie than he is Batman.
He's doing more detective work than crime fighting. Yeah.
And then the Catwoman story in that one was like whatever.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah.
I thought the Riddler was pretty fun in that, but
yep, I did too.
He's also fucking psychotic, which is
yes,
awesome.
I liked that version of the Riddler. That's the best portrayal of the Riddler I think I've ever seen.
I mean, it's not very hard.
Yeah, it's not very hard.
I guess in live action, that's easily the best. Animation, it's like he's kind of silly, but
yeah,
animation Joker is great.
Yes.
Especially Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's Joker is goated.
Yeah.
And
then Heath.
Him and Heath Ledger are the Joker.
Yeah. Heath is like the live action, like realistic Joker, and then Mark Hamill is just the other.
The over the top, comically evil.
For the record, guys, Jared Leto was never the Joker. I will not stand for it.
Yeah.
That was garbage.
It was absolute garbage.
Although, I will tell you that the Joker movie with...
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. I knew his last name was Phoenix. The first one was good. The second one was garbage.
Yeah, the first one was
good. Deux.
Yeah.
Well, fully of crap.
Fully a deuce.
Yeah, fully a deuce. Yeah, but the first one was really good. But the second one was trash.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't that have Lady Gaga in it?
It did.
Yeah.
It's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she sucked too. They're like, oh, how did you saw it? It wasn't. I'm like, yeah, I saw it. I just don't remember if it was Lady Gaga or not. And it was Lady Gaga.
What's her name that played Harley Quinn in
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie is a great Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Great live action Harley.
And they're both hot, but I think Margot Robbie is like peak. What was the snort for?
I don't know.
You don't think Margot Robbie's hot?
I mean, she is, but like, I wasn't gonna go there.
Yeah. I saw Barbie. She was hot in that.
Yeah.
Was the movie good?
I was more there
Not
for Ken.
for me. I thought it was garbage.
Yeah.
But it's not meant for me.
Yep.
People are like, "Oh, you hate Barbie because you're a man." Yes.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, yes.
It wasn't made for me.
Yeah, just not my kind of thing.
Didn't vibe with it.
She's like, "Oh, you're mad because it's like hating on the patriarchy." Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It's just not. The sets are cool. The costumes are cool. I just thought this is a Barbie movie. It's not. This is not about what it should be about.
I agree. I think the Barbie movie could have been way
It was
cooler.
politicized.
I think it would have been really cool if it was just a bubbly, fun.
It's Barbie.
Yeah, I'm not saying it needs to be like
It's not
stereotypically.
a deep story.
It doesn't need to be stereotypically girly or anything like that. Like everything's
No.
pink and rainbows and
No,
stuff.
yeah,
but like,
you could. Have
But
a
I think
Barbie
it would be a
movie
really
without
cool,
it.
like fun, bubbly comedy.
Yeah.
I think that would have been really cool.
Instead of politicizing it,
Yeah.
I'm like, dog.
Yeah.
Listen, I people have visions, and I'm not gonna say that like you can't put it out there because she did, and power to her, Greta Gerwig or whatever the fuck the director's name was. And people loved it, and it made a lot of money, and that's awesome. And it won set. It had great sets, it had great costume design, and like that's kind of what I was thinking it was gonna do. And then it just gets into the story where I'm like, I don't know, man, it's just not for me. And I kind of think it's a little douchey,
Yeah.
the story. But other than that, movies are great.
Yeah.
Movies are great. Hey guys, interaction. Leave us your favorite movies.
Yeah. Tell us
In
your
the
favorite
comment
movie
section.
in the comment section. Yep.
Tell us why we're wrong. I won't listen to you, but tell us why we're
Yep.
wrong.
Yep. Yep.
About because like my top 5 favorite movies. I'll put it out there. James Cameron's Avatar, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and Inception.
Yeah. You
Tell us your top 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put my top 5 in the description.
Yeah. Jack doesn't have it ready.
So you have to read it.
So you have to comment. It'll be a pinned comment.
Yeah, pinned comment or
There you
something
go.
like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, folks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
Two Shmucks.
Buncha Yucks.
Pets, puppies, and like
Donates
donates to
and
charity,
stuff.
especially to the LGBTQ plus charities.
Let's stay out of that. Let's stay away from there.
Sorry. That's his thing, man. He's just such a generous guy.
I'm probably going to cut that part out.
That's fine.
I would like some of our friends to be able to listen to this without going,
Well, I didn't say anything mean about it.
no, you didn't, but the implication is that Paul looks down on them. I'm not saying,
The implication is the truth. The implication is not an implication. It is the pure and utter truth.
excuse me, everybody. Excuse me.
Yeah, sorry, we're laughing a little too much. Just kidding. Laughter is the best medicine.
It is. It is Two Shmucks and a bunch of yucks. It would be, if we were just NPR the whole time, it would be a little, it would be good for irony, but like other than that, it would,
Yeah, like the blank face. Yeah, I mean, like a Norm Macdonald dry comedy almost.
yeah. Oh man, I miss Norm so
Good
much.
old Norm. Laughter is the best medicine. Doctor, you have stage 4 breast cancer. Have you tried laughing?
Have you tried laughing about it?
Ooh. No, actually, can I go through chemotherapy so we can actually get rid of it?
Can we get rid of that? Actually,
Can we
That would
actually
be-
get rid of it?
yeah.
I don't think laughter is going to help me.
Yeah. There's no other way to say this. I think you're wrong,
Yeah. I know you're a medical professional.
but I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say I think you're wrong.
Imagine going into medical school. You're like trying to become a doctor, and like you're like, I read somewhere that laughter is the best medicine. And your professor looks at you and goes like, "Get out."
Just leave.
You're like, excuse me? Are you trying to tell me that like you have a splinter? You have a big piece of wood stuck in your palm. Have you tried laughing?
Have you tried laughing about it?
And then the other doctor just like tweezers it out.
Yeah, and then you're like,
wow,
I'm
I
gonna
feel
go
way
with
better.
I'm gonna go with that guy.
That's the guy.
That's the
How
guy.
did you get a medical license?
How did you get a medical license? Cheating? Oh, well, Okay. I mean,
I use ChatGPT to answer every question on my test.
there you go.
That's something that happens nowadays.
Yeah, I know it is.
That's the crazy part. AI is. I mean, has no one learned from Terminator? Has no one learned from Terminator? Why are we letting AI? Why, guys? Eventually, it's going to outsmart us.
It make our life easier.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
life isn't meant to be completely easy, guys.
It's not.
Maybe the human.
We're supposed to have
the human
challenge.
The human experience. You're supposed to struggle.
There's a lot of problems in the world right now, culturally, because people were like, I don't have enough problems, so I'm gonna make some.
Yeah.
Having some struggle is good.
And like, normal isn't the right word. Struggle that is natural. There we go.
Yeah, like your job sucks. That's just kind of like that's just one of those things. Like work.
99% of jobs are gonna suck.
Yeah, work is not necessarily supposed to be fun. It's work.
Yeah, there are the lucky few that enjoy their work. Right?
Yeah, or like have found their calling and then like just really enjoy it. Like,
but there's still going to be parts of the job
that suck.
Suck.
Yeah.
Just straight up suck.
You're gonna get sick every once in a while. Sucks.
Yeah, you're gonna